Right. So that little snippet there is from Floyd Mayweather's press conference, and I thought I'd just play it for you because that press conference was longer than I expected Floyd to actually give a press conference. But I'm sure there was a lot of people in there that were actually supportive of Floyd. It didn't quite sound like it, but that was just a small bit. But the basis of my thoughts after this fight, that small little portion is probably, I think that's the bit that resonated with me the most, and it made me have a question in my mind as to all those people who have a judgment or have a paint a picture about Floyd Mayweather's career and Floyd Mayweather the man. And the question that came to my mind is this: is either Floyd Mayweather is a hell of a maniacal, manipulative individual, or bastard, if you want to use that term. I personally wouldn't, but obviously, just for the purposes of the question, I put it in there. Or Floyd Mayweather is one of the most brilliant minds from an athlete to ever grace any sport. Obviously, the choice is yours of whichever camp you actually want to fall into, but I can only ask the question. For me, I don't think it made any difference whether Floyd fought whoever he fought. It wouldn't have made any difference because once you've already put your flag on the mast and you've nailed it on the floor and you've flown it over the years, it's very unlikely that flag that you already featured was ever going to change. Most of those who are critics of Floyd Mayweather have had very little knowledge of his career. Though they pretend that they knew something about his career, the only knowledge that they have is from 2009 or 2008 when he came back from his first retirement claim, as they say. And they've already made a judgment that Floyd is going to fight again. So they don't believe that he's going to retire. They think his persona as Money Mayweather will stay forever because his mindset is specifically done towards money. And the truth of the matter is, I think it's anything further from the truth. It couldn't be further away from the truth. People don't quite understand that Floyd created that persona to make money. But people have no idea of who the human being is. They have no idea. They see what they see on the television as gospel. That's exactly who he is. But they don't quite realize that their minds have already been manipulated by the fact that a persona could be created in order to generate wealth, in order to create an illusion for which you, as a consumer, will buy into. It is really sad, but that's the nature of the world as it is today. I never fell into the Money Mayweather persona. I was more interested in listening to the man behind the persona. And that little small snippet I played at the start of the video, to me, that's the man. That's when the persona when the mask is taken off. That's the person that's the person who is Floyd Mayweather. Not money. Take the money side of it. That's Floyd. And it resonated with me because it made me think, there is a human being there. There's a person who's thought about what he wanted to do. There's somebody who strove to be at a certain point of his life, who's content and who has a different goal outside of the sport, his chosen sport. And it is incredible that people don't quite realize that there is a human being there. There's someone who hurts, someone who pretends not to feel the criticism, someone who tries to block it all out, because once the persona is on, it doesn't matter, because you have the end goal is to make as much money as you can possibly make, because that's the persona you've created. And there's also the human being who feels hurt, feels pain, and realizes that there's a greater goal and a greater purpose for his life than just taking punches and getting hit in the mouth. And I kind of hope that the man actually takes his words seriously, in the sense that if his children are his sole purpose in life after boxing, that he actually takes those words to heart and not get into the pressure of bringing back the persona, because that's going to be the most difficult part of his future life, because the persona will always be chipping away at him. Once you choose the fame angle and the fame and fortune, once you sign yourself away into the lifestyle and the consequences of the way of life you have chosen to create, once you've succumbed into that realm, it is very difficult to get out of that realm. And Floyd's going to find it very difficult, because the pressure will be put on him like never before. But I kind of hope that he doesn't get manipulated or manipulate himself into thinking that he was going to be successful after he makes a claim of retirement after boxing. I just hope he doesn't fall into that trap, because the trap will be set for him. And that trap will not be distinguished, or extinguished I should say, will not be extinguished until he is caught into the trap. And the only way he's not going to caught into the trap is if he actually takes it seriously and he decides, you know what, this is it. Let somebody else go through this and let me live my life with my children, as I said I would. It's up to him. He's his own man. He will take his own advice and he will listen to himself and he will make his own decisions. But if he does dare to get back into the ring after his retirement now, he will be destroyed. Not physically destroyed in terms of any sort of physical hurt, but these people who really don't want to see you successful will up the ante, and they will make his life a living hell if he gets back in the ring. So congratulations, Floyd, but don't you dare get back in the ring. Not that you will listen to my warning, but I don't want to hear the old stories of old great fighters coming back and destroying themselves because of their lust for money. You've created a legacy. If I were you, which I probably never will be, but if I had what you have, I would seriously walk away and let somebody else take that burden for you. Peace.